Good evening, and welcome to tonight's ceremonies. At this time, I would ask everyone in the audience to please stand, and those of you who are standing, please remain standing for the national anthem and invocation.
Please be seated. Please join me in a few moments of self-reflection and silent invocation as we join together this day. As we look to the source of all that is good, we ask you, God, for your protection and for your grace. As we gather together in this place of convocation and celebration, please connect us together and connect us with you. Offer us harmony and direction and mutual camaraderie-ship to bestow on all who are here the shared feelings of accomplishment and gratitude. Praise be life.
Dr. Lacey, thank you for the invocation. Graduates, faculty and staff, honored guests, parents, colleagues, and friends, it is with great pleasure that I welcome you to the Roseman University of Health Sciences Commencement for the class of 2021, and those of you from the class of 2020 joining us today. It is my privilege to preside over this ceremony as we confer degrees and professional certificates to students and residents who have completed their Roseman University journey and are eager to enter their chosen professions with pride and confidence. I would like to begin by saluting the 178 candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Nursing, 19 for the Master of Business Administration, and 135 for the Doctor of Pharmacy, and 10 for the Advanced Education in Orthodontics and Dental Facial Orthopedics certificate. Today, we recognize each of you here for your outstanding dedication and achievement. I'd also like to pay tribute to our graduates who have served in our country's armed forces with honor and pride. You now embark on a new career path in the health sciences, where you will continue to make a difference in our society and touch the lives of individuals across the country. Today's commencement, yes, let's give some pause. Today's commencement marks 18 years since the university's inaugural class of 36 pharmacy students received their degrees. Like that remarkable event, today's event will be remembered, certainly because it is a milestone in each one of your lives, but also because it has a place in the history of Roseman University. Classes of 2021 and 2020 welcome to this very important day, your commencement. At this time, I'd like to welcome Dr. Eukaria Nadi, Chancellor of the Nevada campus.
Good evening, graduates. It's a celebration. It's a beautiful evening. We are here to celebrate you, the class of 2020 and 2021. Do we have future nurses in the house? Do we have future business leaders in the house? Okay. And do we have future pharmacists in the house? Okay. Okay, now that you are all here, it is my privilege to congratulate the class of 2020 and the class of 2021. It is my honor and privilege to introduce some individuals here with us this evening. On the first row, my far right, your left, Trustee David Dawn. Please stand and be recognized. He is the chair of the Roseman University Board of Trustees. Commissioner Michael Naft, our commencement speaker, who will be introduced later during this program. Please stand and be recognized. Sitting next to her is our president, Dr. Renee Kaufman, president of the Roseman University. On my immediate left, you're right, our president emeritus, our first president, Dr. Rosenberg. Sitting next to him is one of our founders as well, Dr. Charles Lacey, Vice President for Executive Affairs. Next to him is Dr. Larry Fanning, Dean, College of Pharmacy. Next to him is Dr. Brian Oxon, Dean, College of Nursing. On the second row, my far right, your left, Dr. Jeff Talbot, Dean, Graduate Studies and Vice President for Research. Sitting next to him is Mr. Douglas Storrs, the Vice President for Business and Finance. Sitting next to him is Dr. Pedro Joe Greer, Dean, College of Medicine. Sitting next to him is Dr. Helen Park, Assistant Dean for Admissions and Student Affairs, College of Pharmacy. Second row, my left, your right, Dr. Delos Jones, Associate Dean, Academic Affairs and Student Affairs at College of Nursing. Sitting next to him is Ms. Laura Jarrett, Vice President for Technology Services. Sitting next to her is Ms. Juliana Moron, our Assistant Professor, College of Nursing, and our University Marshal for this program. And next to him is Dr. Keleken Zogu, MBA Program Director. And on the third row, my far right, your left, Dr. Sergi Day, Associate Professor of Pharmaceutical Sciences and President of the Faculty Senate. I also have the pleasure of introducing those not on stage because of social distancing, but also here with us. Mr. Jason Roth, Vice President of Communications and Public Relations. Dr. Michelle Horn, Director of Experiential Education, College of Pharmacy, who will also help with the hooding. Yeah. Sitting next to her is Dr. Kenneth Conke, Director of Experiential Education, College of Pharmacy. He will also help with the hooding. I would like to take this opportunity to thank and recognize our Roseman employees who have worked so tirelessly to transform our students into graduates in their chosen professions during this pandemic. They made this joyous occasion possible. This past year, our faculty met the challenges of alternative teaching and learning methods to help our students graduate on time in their chosen professions. Would all members of our amazing and creating faculty, including academic administrators, please stand to be recognized. Our staff makes things run efficiently and smoothly. And some of them actually serve as faces of Roseman. These are the individuals that sometimes the public come in contact with when they call the university or when they come to the university. Will all members of our amazing staff and creative staff and other employees please stand to be recognized? And at this time, I would like to acknowledge a very important group in the audience. Sometimes we take our freedom for granted. Several men and women put their lives on the line every day for us. Will all veterans, if you can, please stand or raise your hand to be recognized? We thank you for your service. Behind every veteran, there are family members and loved ones who provide much needed support. Will all family members, all those who provide support for our veterans, please stand and be recognized? I would also like to recognize and extend our gratitude to all our first responders. These are the individuals who run into danger to save us from harm. Will all first responders please stand or raise your hand if you can to be recognized? And now, for what I'll consider the most important group. These are the parents, the spouses, significant others, family members, and well-wishers of our graduates. You are the ones who made it possible for us to be here today. And we thank you for all you have done to support our graduates. We feel you too, you are also graduating. Will all these family members, spouses, supporters please stand so we can recognize you? We are indeed very happy to have all of you here with us today this special day in the life of our graduates. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for supporting our graduates. And at this point, I would also like to recognize the Hartford Springs. You always need a good musician group whenever you have a joyous occasion such as this. We thank you for enriching our program this evening with music. Please stand to be recognized. We will now continue our program with greetings from our Board of Trustees chairperson, Trustee David Dunn, Chair of the Board of Trustees. He will introduce the board members on stage this evening.
Thank you, Chancellor Nadi. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I'm privileged to extend a welcome to our graduating students, the faculty and administration, and those of you who have supported these students during their pursuit of this day. Today, we are graduating our 19th class of students with a Doctor of Pharmacy degree, our 16th class of students with a Master's of Business Administration degree, and our 16th class of students with a Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree. As with the classes that have gone before you, you will find success in the career paths you have chose because Roseman University has provided you with a firm foundation in the practice of pharmacy, nursing, and the business of healthcare. I know that the parents and family members of the residents and students are very proud of your success. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, we thank your families and friends for joining us today. It is my pleasure to introduce the members of the Board of Trustees. Please stand as I introduce you. Jason Glick. Mark Howard. Holly Prievo. Harvey Reisberg. Rick Smith. David Steinberg. Robert Talley. And sincerely, congratulations to all the class of 20 and 21 from the Board of Trustees of Roseman University.
At this time, it's my distinct pleasure to introduce our distinguished commencement speaker. Clark County has been home to Commissioner Michael Naft for more than 25 years. Commissioner Naft is committed to providing District A with the same high level of constituent service that he has offered throughout his career. Commissioner Naft was sworn into his first full four-year term on January 4th, 2021. He was initially appointed by Governor Steve Sisolak and sworn in on January 9th, 2019, to serve out the remaining term of former Clark County Commissioner Steve Sisolak. Commissioner Naft is a member of the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority Board of Directors, the county's Debt Management Commission, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Fiscal Affairs Committee, and the Nevada Commission on Nuclear Projects. He serves as chair of the Big Bend Water District and Clark County Audit Committee. He is vice chairman of the Kyle Canyon Water District and Coyote Springs Water Resources General Improvement District Board of Trustees. During his time on the commission, Commissioner Naft has championed traffic safety reform through the creation of the Traffic Safety Commission, for which he serves as chairman. Prior to serving on the County Commission, Commissioner Naft served the residents of Clark County since January 3rd, 2013, as District Director to Congresswoman Dina Titus. In that role, he worked with hundreds of federal agencies, departments, and commissions, overseeing outreach and constituent services for more than 700,000 Nevadans. Commissioner Naft has focused on streamlining access to federal programs, advocating for improved roadways and pedestrian safety, and for increased travel and tourism to Southern Nevada. Commissioner Naft has worked and consulted for numerous local, state, and federal officials and advised several nonprofit organizations. He attended the Las Vegas Academy of Performing and Visual Arts and the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Currently, he serves on the Anti-Defamation League's Board of Directors and the Board of Directors for Temple Beth Shalom in Las Vegas. Commissioner Naft lives in Henderson with his wife, Roseman University College of Pharmacy alum, Dr. Lauren Naft, and their daughter. Commissioner Naft.
Graduates, I'm honored to be with you, your family and friends, to mark the successful culmination of the years of dedicated work you have put into this achievement. President Kaufman, Chancellor Nadi, Board of Trustees, faculty, thank you for inviting me to join you tonight as we celebrate this extraordinary graduating class. I have long had a fondness for Roseman University, not simply because it has become an excellent institution which produces much-needed skilled practitioners, though it is and it does, but for more personal reasons, as you heard about from Dr. Kaufman. My wife, Dr. Lauren Naft, earned her PharmD from Roseman, class of 2013. I recall vividly sitting in the audience at the Henderson Pavilion for her June commencement ceremony, remarking on how proud I was of her achievement, how impressed I was that she had completed such a rigorous academic program, but more so, how proud I was and am that she chose a profession that requires so much of you. In a few moments, your degree will be conferred upon you, and many of you will take your oaths. You will pledge a lifetime of service. You will pledge to consider the welfare of humanity in your decision-making. You will pledge to make the relief of others' suffering your primary concern. And you will pledge to do so without regard to the race, religion, political persuasion, or social status of your patients. You see, I was impressed by my wife not just for getting through the academic rigors, which should not be understated, but I was most proud that she opted into a life of service, a life of putting others' well-being above her own, a life of tending to the needs of her patients. Just as I was so proud of her on that hot day at the Henderson Pavilion, I am proud and inspired by each of you here today. Every one of you has made the conscious decision to commit to a profession that insists on perfection every single time, asks for patience and understanding, and requires that you pivot when circumstances deem it necessary. It is said that health science students should be dedicated to public service, concerned with the well-being of other people, and have a strong scientific attitude. I can think of no time in our history when these traits have been needed more. Nor can I think of a student body that possesses these values more than this one, as evidenced by your incredible work this past year. This year, which required a pivot of colossal magnitude. Like many of you, I'm sure, March of 2020 is a month that I will never forget. I will never forget getting the call from the Southern Nevada Health District that Clark County had confirmed our first COVID-19 case. I will never forget the painful realization that our economic lifeblood, the Las Vegas Strip, would go dark, and the subsequent discussions of how we would secure buildings which had no doors because closing had never been contemplated. I will never forget the first meeting of the MAC, the Multi-Agency Coordination Center, where we hesitantly discussed the potential closure of schools and what that would mean for our children. I'll also never forget the continuous calls from private businesses offering truckloads of sandwiches that would have otherwise gone bad, truckloads of water for our nurses at UMC, truckloads of toys for our kids in our pediatric ward who would no longer be able to receive visitors. I will never forget the resilience of this community and the way in which we came together in those early days of the global pandemic. And I will also remember the ingenuity of so many public servants, entrepreneurs, and institutions such as Roseman University. I understand that over the course of a weekend, Roseman was able to transition most classes to distance education, preventing interruption in learning and allowing program progression. Well, I'm sure some of you would have been okay if Dr. Kaufman and the team took a few extra days to make that transition and get that job done. I'm confident that now that you're sitting here, cap on head, you're glad that such a strong focus and commitment was placed on continuing your education. "15 months ago, we could not have imagined terms like virtual instruction, remote rotation, high flex, or pandemic guidelines would be a routine part of our vernacular. Yet Roseman managed to learn these terms and convert both the business of running a university and the responsibility of instructing students in just a weekend. Late last year, as research on the COVID-19 vaccine had concluded that emergency use could be authorized by the FDA, we knew that the task of vaccinating our entire population would be tremendous. The Southern Nevada Health District was looking for community partners to step up and assist. It came as a surprise to no one that Roseman was one of the first to do so. They were able to do it because of the students who sit before us, each one of you here today. The students who stepped up when the community called on them and who took time away from their studies, from personal obligations, or from the scarce free time you might have been able to eke out. Nursing student Charlotte Autry said, "I just wanted to help. I think that's part of being a nursing student, is really wanting to help the community. So when they gave the opportunity, I took it." When they gave the opportunity, she took it. We were in the height of a global pandemic. We were struggling with significant capacity issues at every hospital in our network. We were looking at an uncontrolled virus that was not yet fully understood. You were running an academic institution with hundreds of students looking to you for direction. You were trying to complete your final year of nursing, business administration, pharmacy, orthodontic school. But when they gave the opportunity to help your community, Charlotte, and so many of you here today, took it. Incredible. You consciously dedicated yourselves at one of the most hectic times of your life to getting our Tier 1 vaccinated. And now, for those of you who maybe don't recall or have blocked out of your memory or wish you could what Tier 1 was, that was our general medical and surgical hospital workers, emergency medical services personnel, public health workforce, law enforcement and public safety, pharmacists and pharmacy technicians, including my wife, who received her vaccine from a Roseman student. Driven by trust in science and motivated by a desire to help your colleagues and neighbors, you, your faculty, and administration asked what you could do to help your county and your community. With an all-hands-on-deck approach, the people in this room contributed more than 5,000 hours to the vaccination efforts for a period of 15 weeks. And as the need pivoted from large-scale pods to pop-up clinics, Roseman was there, helping us make the transition to sites where people like, know, and trust you, as Dr. Madison says. Roseman has worked with the health district to locate in our underserved neighborhoods where transportation and other barriers are preventing people from getting vaccinated. And now, as we work to combat vaccine hesitancy, Roseman and each of you have been there every step of the way, advocating for the science, dispelling the rumors, and helping those with questions find honest and reliable answers. As the history book is written on Clark County and Davis County's response to this pandemic, there will no doubt be chapters reserved for the work that each of you have done this past year. At this time, I'd like to ask you to think back over the course of your time in your respective programs. Think about that time you doubted how you might do on your assessment, questioned your ability to pass journal club, or get through your clinical rotations. Think about how you overcame it. And now, think about who was around you when you did. By phone or in person, by Zoom or by text, I bet that many of those people are here with you today or wish that they could be, supporting you as they always have. While you deservedly bask in all that you have accomplished, take a moment now and join me as we thank those who read and responded, received a call and answered back, and those who have been by your side every step of the way. Right here. As you go forward into your chosen professions, know how much you are appreciated and how much you are respected by this community. Know that no matter where you travel, Clark County, your Roseman family, and this entire community will be rooting for you and will always look forward to welcoming you home. Know how much faith your patients and customers place in you, even if they don't always show it. And know just how proud your friends and family are of you, even if they don't always say it. You have earned the degree for which you are receiving, and no one can take that away, the knowledge you have gained or the skills that you have mastered. And as you transition from theory to practice, I know you will always recognize the value of the education you received from Roseman University. Those oaths that I mentioned earlier, they also call on you to endeavor to keep your professional knowledge and skills at the highest level. They call on you to accept the lifelong obligation to improve your professional knowledge and competency. And they call on you to share that knowledge with those who come after you. We are all counting on you to do so. Our health is at stake. Thank you so much, and congratulations to the class of 2020 and 2021. Congratulations.
My mask up. Thank you so much, Commissioner Neff, for taking time out of your busy schedule. I do want to present you with what has become a tradition. Our President Emeritus and co-founder, Dr. Harry Rosenberg, does woodworking and has crafted this pen especially for you. So next time you're signing something in your commissioner's office, please use this pen and think of Roseman. And thank you again for your words today. Commissioner Neff, his work is never done, and so he needs to skedaddle, I understand. So again, thank you so much for your kind words for our graduates today. And now, it is the moment that you all have been waiting for, the awarding of degrees.
Madam President, will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree please rise? President Kaufman, the candidates here assembled have qualified in all aspects for degrees in course of study by successfully completing the Bachelor of Science in Nursing curriculum offered by Roseman University of Health Sciences, and have been recommended by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees to be awarded the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree in recognition of their academic accomplishments. It is my honor to present them to you.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I do hereby confer upon you the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree, with all the honors, privileges, rights, and responsibilities appertaining thereto.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree please come forward to the stage to be recognized? Please stop briefly near the podium to take a picture with Dr. Kaufman while social distancing. Dr. Delos Jones will read the names of the graduates. The class of 2020 will be called first, followed by the class of 2021.
Liam Moret. Lauren Williams. Mary Grace Acebo. David Agasayan. Jessica Alvarez. Sabrina Baker. Marcus Barrientos. Robert Christian Bayat. Emily Brunel. Allison Cachola. Tori Kalauna. Kelsey Candelaria. Deborah Ramos Claro. Christina Contesa. Ariel Donnell. Paula Duran Hernandez. Mackenzie Eastman. Brianna Fernandez. Marshall Andre Fugang. Misty Frigo. Paul Joshua Gulong. Shira Hartley. Sarah Hayes. Dale Hinton. Justine Itliong. Janet Jordan. Song Young Kim. Jamie Label. Ma Patricia Lamoso. Ryan Christopher Lopez. Caleb Lux. Katrina Faye Macadeg. Kyle Bernard Maliksi. Madeline Manag. Jennifer Wynn. Shayla Nuvak. Morgan Phipps. Tiffany Sangsavang. Tina Shimming. Julian Smith. Mark Smith. Talisa Taylor. Nala Thomas McDade. Arthur Vallejo. Keelan Van. Cindy Vo. Isabel Watts. Nursing graduates, please stand. Nurses in the audience may also stand for the nursing oath, which can be found on page 8 of the program. Please raise your right hand and recite the nursing oath along with me. In full knowledge of the obligations I am undertaking, I promise to practice professional nursing with all my skill and the understanding I possess, without regard to race, creed, color, politics, or social status, to those entrusted to my care, sparing no effort to preserve quality of life, alleviate suffering, and to promote health as affirmed by the person. I will respect at all times the dignity and belief of the patients under my care, holding in confidence all personal information entrusted to me and refraining from any action which may endanger life or health. I will endeavor to keep my professional knowledge and skills at the highest level and to give support and cooperation to all members of the healthcare team. I will do my utmost to honor the International Code of Ethics applied to nursing and to uphold the integrity of the profession. Thank you. Congratulations, graduates.
Nursing students, you may be seated. All right, nursing graduates, sorry.
President, will the candidates for the Master of Business Administration degree please rise? President Kaufman, the candidates here assembled have qualified in all respects for the degree in course of study by successfully completing the Roseman University of Health Sciences Master of Business Administration, and have been recommended by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees to be awarded the Master of Business Administration degree in recognition of their academic accomplishments. These include candidates of PharmD and MBA degree who will complete their requirements at a later date. It is my honor to present them to you.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I do hereby confer upon you the Master of Business Administration degree with all the honors, privileges, rights, and responsibilities appertaining thereto.
Will the candidates for the Master of Business Administration degree please come forward to the stage to be recognized? Please stop briefly near the podium to take a picture with the President, Kaufman, while social distancing. The class of 2020 will be called first, followed by the class of 2021. Leah Morris. Ashley Namasonte. Diego de la Cruz. Manus Fatilu Hati. Michael Kel Nativaded Lopez. Vasil Gorov. Erin Goyane. Teresa Tran.
Will the candidates for the Doctor of Pharmacy degree please rise? President Kaufman, the candidates here assembled have qualified in all respects for degrees in course of study by successfully completing the Doctor of Pharmacy curriculum offered by the Roseman University of Health Sciences College of Pharmacy, and have been recommended by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees to be awarded the Doctor of Pharmacy degree in recognition of their academic accomplishments. It is my honor to present them to you.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I do hereby confer upon you the Doctor of Pharmacy degree, with all of the honors, privileges, rights, and responsibilities appertaining thereto.
Will the candidates for the Doctor of Pharmacy degree please come forward to the stage to be hooded and recognized? Please stop briefly near the podium to take a picture with President Kaufman while social distancing. Drs. Kunke and Hahn will assist with hooding at this time. Dr. Helen Park will read the names of the graduates. The class of 2020 will be called up first, followed by the class of 2021.
Kimberly Gabayan. Tatiana Irvine. Marilyn Medina. Ashley Namasandi. Samuel Njoku. Luna Ortiz Romero. Lauren Sukuhara. Robert Aguayo. Makurtich Amalian. Elizabeth Atwood. Netsane Bedasso. Aaron K. Borrell. Octavia Brooks. Shelby Brown. Aspen Bryant. Valerie Buckley. Hector Bergara. Monique Boussaquet. Alex Campos. Cherry Ann Castanaga. Chumpunu Chalernlap. Jonathan Chan. Alan Chang. Kevin Chow. Ryan Clements. Kara Clemens. Christine Cueto. Magdalena Cebulska. Xuan Dai. Jackie Dang. Joseph Dangy Dang. Diego de la Cruz. Jesus de la Vega. Jaron de Leon. Danielle de Lemos. Matthew Dembick. Derek Durrett. Thomas Ely. Manus Falahadi. Daniel Farnad. Steffi Ann Felipe. Morgan Fine. Tyler Fish. Michael Gallinar. Jody G. Trang Gonzalez. Andrea Grana. Lorenz Granados. Rustam Graywall. Lucas Gua. Basil Garov. Alan Ha. Kylie Ha. Dylan Hall. Christopher Hernandez. Nikki Ho. Analea Ignacio. Ladan Jafari. Julius Jansen. Joseph Kadash. Jeffrey Cagle. Bahare Karimoi. Visanu Clarehan. Monique Kun. Ryan Lagarde. Michael Calais Lopez. Gislan Ludari. Dylan Lucas. Tree Mai. V. Mai. Afsun Malaxade. Lauren Mars. Justin McConnell. Hannah McConan. Nicole Morrison. Isabel Mora. Hyunwoo Moon. Ria Natividad. David Newlin. Ashley Ng. Ann T. Lan Nguyen. Khan Nguyen. Aaron Nguyen. Leanne Nguyen. Mary Nguyen. Min Nguyen. Nan Nguyen. Chanel Woki. Anna Ordonez. Jamie Padero. Matthew Palmer. Jane Paris Caldito. Sarina Patel. Chuk Fan. Michael Fan. Sonia Fan. Juan Piedra Flores. Wilbur Quimba. Patrick Rathgeb. Rajavendra Rathore. Daniel Roundy. Richard Renee Rowland. Hyacinth Gail Ruiz. Joy Sadi. Serena Marie Salazar. Tabitha Salgado. Kimberly Sandoval. Jamie Schwartzberg. Radhika Siddhapara. Mallory Smith. Tiffany Song. Timothy Stansu. Natalie Tang. William Tamburo. Morgan Tangchalern Tanakit. Casey Taylor. Jennifer Texan. James Tejeda. Andrew Tai. Janan Tamad. Jasmine Tolentino. Nicholas Torres. Julie Tran. Teresa Tran. Jessica Trin. And Suhuridam Yusen. Vincent Ventresca. Emmanuel Vergara. Alexander Visan. Tiana Washington. Ashley Elaine Zendajas. Pharmacy graduates, please stand and remain standing. Pharmacists in the audience may also stand for the oath of the pharmacist, which can be found on page 8 of your program. Raise your right hand and recite the pharmacy oath along with me. I promise to devote myself to a lifetime of service to others through the profession of pharmacy. In fulfilling this vow, I will consider the welfare of humanity and relief of suffering my primary concerns. I will apply my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability to assure optimal outcomes for my patients. I will respect and protect all personal and health information entrusted to me. I will accept the lifelong obligation to improve my professional knowledge and competence. I will hold myself and my colleagues to the highest principles of our profession's moral, ethical, and legal conduct. I will embrace and advocate changes that improve patient care. I will utilize my knowledge, skills, experiences, and values to prepare the next generation of pharmacists. I take these vows voluntarily with the full realization of the responsibility with which I am entrusted by the public. Congratulations, and please be seated.
Well, congratulations, graduates. Now's a fun time. So all of you graduates, please stand for the tassel ceremony. You are no longer students or residents. You are graduates. Graduates, are you ready? Are you ready to start your career and make great contributions to society? Whatever you do, please be sure to give back to your families, be sure to give back to your community, and certainly be sure to give back to Roseman University. Graduates, you may now turn your tassels from the right side to the left side. Congratulations. And you may be seated. We will now have graduate commentary from one of our graduates, Ms. Katrina Makadeg, College of Nursing, class of 2021.
Thank you, Dr. Kaufman. Class of 2021, at last. At last, we stand before one another, 6 feet apart, but before one another nonetheless, not behind a computer screen, barely rolling out of bed, with sleep in our eyes and pajamas on the lower halves of our bodies. But we stand before one another, proud, best dressed in our graduation regalia, cap, our gown, and of course, our masks. Class of 2021, congratulations. We are the class that has emerged out of a global pandemic with perseverance. In a time when the whole world felt a collapse, it was imperative that we rise to the occasion to reach a common goal, to serve on the forefront and take care of the people within our community. When we embarked on this journey, we had no idea the path of tribulations that we would encounter. No one could have predicted that even just 1 year ago, we would have to completely shut down campus doors and begin classes from home. March 2020, Roseman University of Health Sciences operated completely on Zoom University. Professors, thank you for making the most of what you could to educate us, completely adjusting to new methods of instruction and quickly learning the technology to navigate through from your classrooms into our homes. While being students completely online was frustrating and difficult, being an educator must have been a headache, a tremendous challenge, especially remembering to unmute yourselves before speaking or pressing record to the cloud. You remember that, professors? But together, we made it work, learning how to be innovative and creative and keeping up with the way our world is changing. For this, as students, we thank you, professors. We all remember the uncertainty and how we would make it past through the year. Parents, mom, thanks for flying out from Canada. Dad, brothers, sisters, best friends, partners, and loved ones. You have been our support system during our time at Roseman. Thank you for putting up with us, for listening to us rant, and letting us practice our skills on you. And thank you for all of the sacrifices that you have made today to make it possible for all of us to walk across this stage. You are the people that give us motivation. You are the people that we strive to make proud. Thank you. Looking back on this past year, it's hard to ignore the adversity all of us had to overcome. Many losing loved ones, their homes, jobs, plans for the future. All around the world, people protesting Black Lives Matter to bring justice and freedom, and the anti-Asian violence movement that has reared its head once again remind us of our role as healthcare professionals, that we now, more than ever, must be leaders, and we must be advocates, and we must empower those who are vulnerable, and we must show impeccable love and kindness to one another. Amidst the pandemic, we are a part of history. As students ready to battle this global health crisis, it was a pleasure to come together in teamwork with our classmates and Roseman faculty in an emergency effort to vaccinate our community. My peers and I will never forget the overwhelming feelings of gratitude and relief from patients finally being able to receive their immunizations for COVID-19. Each individual sitting in this room today has embarked on a completely different journey and different path to get here. Different obstacles and different personal challenges that sometimes didn't make sense led us all to congregate here to celebrate our accomplishments. The sacrifices that all of us have made in pursuit of being a healthcare professional has been a grueling yet rewarding endeavor. To save at least one person's life is worth every minute of effort. It is the utmost honor and privilege to be entrusted to take care of a person's life. Graduates, we are entering into a world of healthcare in a time when we are so desperately needed the most. Real life prepared us for this. The pandemic prepared us for this. Our professors and classmates have prepared us for this. And we have prepared us for this. The stress, loss, and panic that loomed over the world brought out the most resilient students and ultimately the most brilliant healthcare providers to make this world a safer and healthier place. While many people spent their quarantine learning how to bake bread, or learning the trendiest dance craze, or binge watching an entire Netflix series, well, we probably all have done that. But during quarantine, you earned your BSN. During quarantine, you worked for your PharmD. And during quarantine, you hustled for your MBA. And not many people can say that. Class of 2021, we made it. We did not give up. We have grit. In a time when the whole world shut down and we had every reason to quit, you, my fellow graduates, you did not stop. You worked harder and diligently to be the best nurse or pharmacist you can be. Congratulations once again, and thank you.
We are coming to the end of our ceremony. I want to thank all of you for coming tonight and sharing this important evening with your friends, loved ones, graduates, and the university. Your attendance and support have helped to make this a memorable occasion. I ask our guests to please remain seated until the entire procession has left the auditorium. Those sitting on the stage will exit first, followed by our faculty and graduates. We will now have the benediction by Dr. Lacey.
What an exciting time. Well, let us close today's festivities the way we began them, with a deep appreciation. So in closing, let us leave this place with savory memories of praise and joy bestowed. May we cherish the acknowledgement with grace and humility. For those leaving us today, may your future be occupied with magic and your dreams fulfilled. May the sun bring you new energy by day, and may the moon softly restore you by night. May you walk through the world and know its beauty all the days of your life. Congratulations and God bless.